Hey everyone, I know you guys are excited and are waiting for Monster Hunter Generation 6 or World 2 or Paradise or whatever Capcom ends up calling the next mainline Monster Hunter game. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about an insider leaking some information that could potentially hint as to when this game is set to release. So first and foremost, I do want to do some table setting, since to some of my audience, or maybe just anyone in general who's watching this video, they may not necessarily know who it is that I'm talking about. And in this case, we're going to be talking about Dusk Golem. He is relatively well known if you are paying attention to like Resident Evil leaks and Capcom leaks in general. He's been pretty much talking about Capcom stuff for quite a while. He's gotten many Resident Evil game leaks accurate throughout the years, and the first time he actually crossed my path, or the first time that I knew of him, was when he leaked that there will be multiple Resident Evil games coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is a Nintendo Switch channel, so I originally picked up on that. I reported on it, and a few months later, lo and behold, Capcom went ahead and confirmed a couple of Resident Evil games coming to Switch, and now pretty much just about every single Resident Evil game is on Switch, most of which are actually on the actual running platform, some of which are on the cloud, which we are not going to talk about that here today. So he does have some background talking about Resident Evil stuff. So essentially what took place here is that he took to a specific Discord. I don't quite know the name of the Discord, but he was talking with a couple of other people, insider kind of like Discord, and he was talking about things that he knew about. I believe it's called the Snitch Discord. He was talking about things that he knew specifically that would be revealed. And at the very end, I'm going to show 4 specific images because, again, I want to be as fully transparent as possible, that basically he is teasing that some major things are coming from Capcom, and one of which most likely will be next generation mainline Monster Hunter game. So I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below for all of the images, of course, and a link in the description for his Twitter account as well if you guys want to check him out. A lot of good stuff there. So first and foremost, in the first image, he basically just gives a very basic rundown. He basically says, well, without me getting into specifics, I knew a few unannounced horror games and I'm quite excited about. I now pretty much know about every big Resident Evil game releasing over the next few years. I know some of the other Capcom stuff, I know some Square Enix stuff, some Sega stuff, and no other miscellaneous details that are pretty cool. He follows that up. I'm also debating as to what to do. This is not Silent Hill related. Remember that Konami is doing a couple of Silent Hill related games in the near future as well. He mentions that he got updated on a lot of projects and he knows people would care about within the past 24 hours. He knows that He knows that not everyone likes someone being gushy about it, but right now he's kind of sitting and debating with himself and how to go about going forward, to be completely quiet or tease some of them. He was given permission to tease, but to be honest, he's trying to step away from being a leaker. He's excited about some of the things and still has a lot of connections, so it would be a first world problem basically for the day. He continues, some of this stuff is happening soon, other stuff is far off. Sincerely though, only a couple of small things he would want to tease. Do appreciate filling in on stuff, being filled in on stuff, to essentially explain how he got so many details within 24 hours. I got some info. He mentioned that he got some info from sources that are 100% trustworthy over the time, that's made connections and know some people who are legitimate. Did some back and forth in the exchange of info and learned a lot. Another user jumps into the conversation talking about any sources that he's lost through Twitter. He basically says, not really. Honestly, I used to basically doesn't really use Twitter all that much. Likely remain private outside of maybe talking about smaller stuff, although he mentions once again that he basically knows about every major Resident Evil game until 2029. And this is the last image that I really wanted to get to. Again, table setting so you guys understand the full context of how this entire conversation went about. Lastly, he mentions that in 2025 is when he expects the next mainline Resident Evil 9 game to be released, as someone asked him a question. He says, I'll say that much, although probably it will be announced next year. He's talking about 2024. He won't answer any further questions regarding Resident Evil, but he'll throw a bone out there. Someone else mentions about Konami, and then they continue on, and he lastly mentions there's a big Capcom game being announced at the end of this year, basically 2023, that will be releasing in fall of 2024, and likely Resident Evil 9 will be announced next year to release in 2025. So again, table setting as to understand the entire context of most of the conversation, but basically the crescendo here is the fact that a big major game will be revealed at the end of 2023, heading into 2024's fall release, which is of course pretty much exactly what we have been expecting from Capcom all along regarding the next mainline Monster Hunter game. Just recently, I want to say about 3 weeks ago or so, I went over the Capcom fiscal report where they specifically, Capcom's very own words, spoke about keep your eyes peeled for Tokyo Game Show. They will be revealing more information on Monster Hunter. They didn't say Monster Hunter Now, they didn't say Sunbreak, they said Monster Hunter. So anything Monster Hunter related that may not be a game that we don't necessarily know about is something that they're going to be talking about at Tokyo Game Show. We've known this because Ryosu Sugimoto spoke about this at the beginning of the year, talking about things that you should be able to keep your eyes peeled for in 2023. So this is pretty much a continuation and much more of a referral as to what it is that we have been expecting so far. Now we have insider sources talking about big major games being revealed by Capcom towards the end of the year. Now we'll give this a little bit of a disclaimer. Capcom just recently revealed Kunitsu Gami. That is like the Path of Goddess game that they revealed. You should be seeing that was, I believe, on the Xbox presentation or something like that. So they're not gonna be talking about this game releasing next year. They already revealed it. So this Dust Golem is specifically talking about a game that has not been revealed so far, so it cannot necessarily be this. We also know that I recently spoke about Mega Man 12 being teased by Capcom as well during their financial presentation, and they spoke about them basically targeting something for next year as well. So we know Mega Man is coming. We know this is coming. They have a couple of Ace Attorney games that they already revealed. Kunitsu Gami is coming, but the only thing that they have not said anything about so far is Monster Hunter Generation 6. Even to the point that just yesterday I put up a video them talking about Monster Hunter Now digital showcase presentation event happening on the 27th. So this is not even going to be Monster Hunter Now because we already know about it. So at the end of the day, I wanted to give you guys all the table settings for even insiders now are starting to talk about something major Capcom coming down the road that will potentially be Monster Hunter Generation 6, World 2, or Paradise, or whatever they end up calling it. Link in the description below for all the sources, all the details, and once again, huge shout out first and foremost to Dust Golem for providing all this information, although hopefully he doesn't have a problem with me talking about it. Secondly, Baluba de Roma also posting this information originally. Link in the description below for them reaching out to me and letting me know about all these details. If you're brand new to my channel though, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.